you know, I spent a lot of years on this search, condemning a lot of things, you know, like this consumerism and the work that we have to do to earn the money that we, and the way the kids are being raised. And I don't feel that way anymore. Now I think I really kind of understand at a profound level that there are no mistakes, and that we're here in 21st century America to experience it as fully and completely as we can. This does not mean that there are no conflicts, but I think that that's where all the growth is.
There's a place where Jesus says you have to lose yourself to gain the whole world. It's one of those things that I keep wrestling with. What does that mean? To lose your soul, or lose yourself, let's leave it, lose yourself and gain the whole world. Zen shows you. That's exactly what Zen is all about. Losing the confines of a narrow individual ego with all our preoccupations about how do we measure up compared to everybody else, and what you discover is you are no different from all that is. I mean, the individual has a illusory identity or stability. It's very freeing.
I don't waste much time with why anymore. The world is what it is, and we have to work with the world as it is. And the only why I worry about is why I do something as opposed to do something else. I have to worry about my whys, not anybody else's whys.
When I was in college and in high school, I was very much interested in being an intellectual and having interesting thoughts and saying interesting things and reading a lot of interesting books and trying to sound interesting. And when I got into Buddhism, that just kind of became a very silly thing to do.
Zen is hard. People say, well, don't you love it? Well, no, I don't love it. There's nothing really essentially very appealing to me about, you know, putting on a brown robe and sitting facing a wall for extended periods of time. It isn't fun.
I used to be really terrified of believing anyone because I couldn't make out who was really telling the truth and who wasn't. Like I had a lot of doubts about anybody. Like I didn't trust anybody. And once I found Sensei, then I was more able to just trust. And
I was unkind to people, demanding, abusive. It's the way I was brought up. It's what I carried on in the world. Almost cruel. I hope all that's gone. I suspect it isn't all gone because it's very hard to unroot that stuff. But yeah, I don't get upset with people so easily now.
Although I still have great enthusiasms and I feel strongly about a lot of things, I am less likely these days to insist upon my way. I am much more capable of standing down. And I don't just mean in an argument. I mean in every way, that I am more willing to allow room for other people, other ideas, the absolute certainty that the things that I am so certain about are changing all the time, that I'll never live long enough to know whether or not it's right. I'm less insistent. I hope I'm more mindful, more thoughtful. I'm less likely to jump to conclusions. I'm quieter, and I experience life at a deeper level of awareness and acceptance. And I think that only happens, you know, when you put on a brown robe and you sit quietly facing the wall for extended periods of time.